Hello everyone that clicked on this video, and today I'm just gonna do a fucking big entity video for the back ribs because I haven't done that in a while. And also I'm very, very sick. Get a good old sip of the tea. Ugh, God, I hate this shit. Keep in mind that rewrites can happen. I believe some stuff I've done in the past might have changed, but I think we're good. Where we left off, I believe, was Entity 12, which are called dunks. I have no memory of these things. They're new, they're old, I don't know. This will be a learning thing we do together here. Dunks are a box-shaped elephant thing that are real small with a trunk that's kind of like a human arm. Dunks are pretty friendly and very tameable. The only time that they're not friendly is if the people that tame them tell them to do something horrendous. Unless they're old. They don't like attacking old people. Dunks are very adventurous and adaptive. They are in a majority of well-lit levels. Dunks wander large distances, rarely settling in a single area. They stay within the bounds of a single level, but sometimes they can wander across multiple levels, leaving clones behind them as they go. What do you mean by cloning? Dunks have proven themselves to be very adaptable enough to clone themselves for reproducing. They clone themselves by grabbing something sharp and cut off a piece of their skin or like chip off a piece of their horn, and then hide it in a safe place or a secluded area. The piece will start to grow into a original dunk with a specific evolutionary adaptation depending on where it was raised in a level or grown, whatever each one you want to use for that. And the clone of the dunk is a entirely distinct organism, separate from the original dunk, a different appearance and personality. Dunks are passive in disposition. They won't help or attack others. They're indifferent towards other entities and they pay no mind unless stuff is attacking them or some shit. Dunks were believed to be completely emotionless, but closer examination revealed they have basic emotions. Wild dunks rarely display any emotions. The only times they do is when they're like interacting with other dunks or in solitude. Tame dunks don't have any emotion at all other than loyalty to their owner. And that's why dunks try to avoid being tamed, avoiding human contact by running away if they approach them. It's speculated that dunks rather live free and undisturbed because when tamed they may be forced to do stuff against their will or something. Dunks can be tamed by wanderers and entities. How do you tame dunks? Tapping the end of their hand-shaped trunk, making them fall into a state of trust and total acceptance. Dunks will start immediately following their owners and will have the amazing ability to understand any order, no matter the language or if it's even said. You don't have to say it, which is why they're speculated to have their telepathic abilities. The only commands they're not able to do is something they're physically unable to do, like stuff that's generally absurd or something. There's no way to disown a dunk. The only way is by them or you dying, which is real bad for owners who accidentally tamed dunks. And if dunk's path to their owner is like blocked by something, they'll repeatedly hit their head against that thing blocking its path, eventually leading them to die. If you wish to leave your dunk temporarily, you can just place them in like a padded enclosure, or like tell them to stay still for a while. Dunks will defend their owners at all costs, even to the point of giving up their lives. And they can attack others with no fear or hesitation. Like how smarter entities have been observed taming dunks and using them to attack wanderers. You might be wondering how these things attack you. They just throw themselves at you and try to stab you with that horn. It, even though they're physically weak compared to other entities. Like I said earlier, dunks take on kind of some aspects of their environment a little bit. Maybe not a little bit, but we should talk about Dunk's basic look and stuff first. Dunks are basically a box-shaped elephant. They're like 2 feet tall,
and they have small little round legs with minimal mobility. They can walk like 2 miles per hour, 3 kilometers per hour if you're one of those people. And dunks can run up to 5 miles per hour. Dunks are heavy. They're like, I don't know why I'm saying like so. Dunks are heavy, weighing 60 kilograms, which if a dunk collapses on you, it's not gonna be easy to get them off of you. Dunk's trunk are in the shape of a human hand, though it's not advanced like one. It's still an elephant-like thing. And they have 2 sharp horns that grow from the top of their head. Good old keratin and stuff. They have to shave them down by rubbing them against rough surfaces. But what makes them unique is that they like do this weird twisting and crossing over and stuff. It's pretty neat. Thanks to dunks being friendly with humans, people are able to look at their anatomy, which reveals their oddities like they have no mouth or digestive system, which means they have photosynthesis like plants. Or that dunks have a hexagonal pattern to their shaping of their bones, which mechanically makes them better in their little box-shaped little cube skeleton. Little cube. Dunk's most recognizable appendage is their very obvious hand-shaped trunk, which they of course use to pick up and feel around. But they have those special nerves in their hands that make them change like something special when they're like tapped or something. They're doing some biological mechanism. I'm really fucking up here. Oh yeah, and their muscles are mostly functional. Now we get to the variants and stuff after the cloning process of the dunks. Thanks to the cloning process and where they were grown, the dunks change in different ways, in personality and all that other stuff that we said before. Like, one of the only exceptions of where dunks grow is in dark levels because they, well, it's dark. But there is some variants that survive in darker levels just by absorbing artificial light and other stuff like that. And like the dunk that created the cloned dunks, they can also create clones, which increasingly just gets more niche and adaptations and all that stuff. Each variant is tameable, but they're different with the change in personalities and different fucking variants and stuff like that. And some of these variants are snow dunks, field dunks, and stone dunks. There's also ones like the beach, the playhouse, and the arcade dunks. Once a dunk is like grown, there's like a cycle to it where if the clone of the normal dunk placed on a thing and it kept on going, it can make like more clones that are like adapted to wherever the fuck they're at. Like snow dunks, stage 1 is like white or a light blue and has resistance to cold temperatures. Stage 2 is they get a layer of white fur and loose pieces of skin resembling grass. And then stage 3 has amazing resistance to the cold and is very much built for the environment. There's also stuff like the field dunks, they're like very fast. Stage 3 field dunks are like 15 miles per hour. But then on the opposite hand, stage 3 stone dunks move at 1 miles per hour. Which I imagine if they see a normal dunk passing through with an adventure, it's probably sad. And there's the other ones, like the playhouse dunks, which are pretty much nothing besides they're resilient to loud noise. Beach dunks, they're good at digging and have a palm tree sticking out of their back. And arcade dunks are playful and slightly faster than the basic ones, and display more motion, even though it's still a rare sight. Dunks are common in the back rooms. It's not really known when they were discovered. Every person has like a photo or sketch of them in their journals. There's also carvings of them. These carvings show odd traits like mouths and rigid stripes on trunks and tails and other stuff. But let's just speculate that has to do with their domestication. There's a story of an elderly wanderer that's tied to the taming of dunks. Rumors suggest that the wanderer trained the dunks to follow orders and then the dunks clone themselves and stuff, losing other stuff, gaining the ability of photosynthesis, and that's possibly the reason why dunks don't want to attack old people, because the elderly wanderer man. But it's unclear if it's concrete proof or not. It's a common theory, and it's always nice to have a theory, I guess, and stuff. Now, for you do's and don'ts, you do have to slowly approach them in order to not startle them. Do give time for dunks to comply with your orders. Keep in mind that dunks are very fucking slow. Especially if you got stone dunk. I'm sorry if you got stone dunk. And do stay in well-lit areas if you want your dunk to eat, thanks to the photosynthesis and stuff. And for your don'ts, you don't allow dunks to put their weight on you, because it's not going to be easy to get them off. Don't make a lot of noise. Dunks are very much susceptible to being alarmed, like pigeons. They scatter. I'm just imagining that. Now I'm giving them Dumby ears. We're going past it. Do not enter an area that your dunk cannot, thanks to the repeated hitting against the wall thing. And don't leave your dunk unsupervised, because dunk are very easily killed. They're still a tiny little guy. And that would be the end of the dunks. For an intermission, I'ma just say that half of that I wasn't sick thanks to me taking multiple months not recording this video. Why? Because my vocal cords were fucked up after recording that first bit. And I sounded like RFK Jr. And I was recording a bunch of stuff for my other channel now that I have with a friend called the TFMC. Hooray! More about that at the end of the video. Ooh, they got you will see the old and the new wander experiences. Okay, I might read these out in a separate video, in like a whole different thing of stuff. Think I might just do the new one though. Entity 13, also known as transporters, or grabbers, or whatever, are little floating solenoid. I missed. I mixed the words silhouetted and humanoid, which are right next to each other right here. Just saying solenoid. Fuck! They are a silhouetted humanoid that are floating, that are known for ferrying wanderers around the back rooms, like a taxi service. In fact, that's exactly what they are, because they point to a taxi sign. These entities just float around in places, staring at walls or shit, until, like, some wanderer comes up and just says, like, hello, or, like, looks at it. Then it will just, like, do, like, hand signs and fucking point to a taxi service sign. When the wanderer express agreement through, like, nodding or thumbs up, it will grab you and just no-clip into another level on the nearest wall. They seem to travel through their own, like, special level or something that is, like, unknown. And they have, like, and it takes, like, 3 or 4, I don't know why I looked at my watch. Now I don't even have a watch. It'll take 3 to 5 minutes for transporters to drop you off at the level of their choosing. Express before agreeing to the transporter service. If they didn't express anywhere they're going to take you, they're probably just going to take you to like a random level with a survival class 3 or below that. or kill you. Ooh, nope, it's just taking you to a random level. Transporters are humanoid entities with completely light-absorbing skin, which makes them perpetually pitch black, except for one eye with dark black pupils, and they lack no pelvis or anything below there, and they just float like 1.5 meters above the ground. Which I guess all of that lack of legs went to his arms because they're 3 meters long, and their fingers have like 7 segments, and their arms have like 4 joints. Transporters can also get more segments. They can just grow more. People don't understand how, they just can. All transporters wear big pork pie hats with wide brims and yellow and black checkered bands across them, and coats that drag across the floor, mostly making them ripped and stuff. How were transporters discovered? A random wanderer in a level 131 saw a person get taken and transported. By the way, there is at least 20 wander experiences that claim that it is very safe to travel through fucking whatever the fuck getting transported by a transporter is called. Transported by a transporter. That's a weird thing I never thought I'd say. Now we have an interview log. I'm gonna use a like change the voice and pitch and shit because that would be funny and other stuff, whatever. This interview is one of a person named Dr. Bier or Brie, whatever, and a transporter. And the transporter didn't really say stuff. It was just more like use signs and shit to say words and stuff. We still have a few questions. Is it alright if I ask?
Yes, will can. Yes, will.
Alright, first question. Why did you take so long to establish contact?
Thought understood signal. Given, yes, noise, good, welcome, move, hold, understand, given direction. Thought, hello, wave, grab, move.
And about your level? What is it? Why is it so dark?
Maze, water, dark, marble, void, sky, home, friend. Not safe, us, only safe, dark, cannot pay, too big, infinite bill, infinite cost, price, dark, safe.
And the taxi service sign? Why did you start carrying them around?
Yes, see, hello, yes, taxi, hi, move, ideal, move, happy, friends, understand.
And that's where we end the translocator. That's not his name, isn't it? I already forgot. I was busy typing out stuff. And that's where I'm gonna be ending the video. I wanted to do more, but I'm doing other things like the TFMC. Speaking of the TFMC, I should tell you what it's about like I wanted to do earlier. TFMC, also known as the Fancy Man Clan, is basically just me and my friends and just goofing around. Currently it's just me and my friend Fancy Man, which you've seen in other videos. But we're gonna be having more friend of ours joining us. We have long videos like the played up video, which is basically like a semi-edited VOD, or stuff like edited, more faster paced stuff, like the Far Cry 5. Or also the videos where we just have multiple games in one because it's fun. We will have other stuff too, probably like announcements for other projects we're doing. I'm trying to figure out animation for videos, my channel, and also mainly the TFMC. But, you know, a lot of things are happening, and let's see how the future holds. Also, one thing, I feel like I'm an asshole because I have not done any link to the wiki dot in my description. So I'm gonna go back and do that to all of the videos I've done so far, and I'll see you later.
I went to the pizza place to get the pizza, but all off the sudden, Italians. I busted a good nut.